Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different in the spirit of like the LEGO builds and all the Magic Gathering displays that we've been working on. Today I decided that I'm going to start adding more anime to the channel, and it's been long overdue. It's been over a year now, and the only anime I think put on this channel is very recently, which Dragonball Z Kakarot, which I'm very much enjoying. My thing with like anime and most of my projects, honestly, aside from some consistency, obviously, in terms of just like Legos in general. But even then, I go through like batches of like biggest interests. So like Transformers was one of my absolute big ones, and I'm still obviously collecting those, and I'm looking to do a video very shortly on one of like the collector sets that Hasbro had available that I just got. And then of course, like right now is the Lego City. When I first started the channel, it was Lego Star Wars. For video games, I'll go through batches where I play all World War II. Like, you know, you get into like the mood of things. And right now I'm in anime mode. In terms of my favorite anime ever, there is no contest. It is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That is by far and away number one. From there on out, it is very debatable what's number 2, 3, 4, whatever. Attack on Titan, at least the first few seasons, was absolutely fantastic. Jujutsu Kaisen is very high up there. I love My Hero Academia. But the anime that started me on, well, the entire culture and getting really into it was Dragon Ball. And as of now, I would say my favorite anime character of all time is in fact Vegeta, and you know, all my really close up there, really close. But I decided that above my actual doorway here, I wanted to do like my favorite anime characters, like a display for all of them, and that's kind of the only room I had for another shelf in this apartment, at least in my office, I should say. And what I wanted to do is kind of do one manga novel of like significant importance to that character, a Banpresto statue, or something nicer. It depends on the character, and for now, maybe I'll do all Banpresto just to match them up, and then you can always upgrade to like Tamashi, I believe is one of the bigger brands for it. But if you're not familiar, like Banpresto statues are fantastic for, honestly, depending on the sale and the figure, between $15 and $65. They're fantastic. They're the best bang for your buck out there. And then a pop figure as well. Now, this pop figure, and I'll show them a little bit more detail, is also one of my absolute prized possessions because it is autographed by the voice actor Chris Sabat, which is my favorite voice actor in all of anime. No questions, no doubt. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do with this system, and maybe down the road I'll add another pop figure to it. Dragon Ball is one of my bigger collections. I don't have it on display in this apartment just because priorities, you know, Spider-Man and Lord of the Rings behind the camera definitely took precedent over Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is by far and away not the best anime in the world. It is not my favorite. Dragon Ball Super, it's really fun to watch, and the Broly movie is just the coolest fight ever. But it's not my favorite. You know, the power scale, it's just it's a little much sometimes. But I love Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Abridged is honestly still to this day. You know, there's some questionable things in that show, especially in the beginning, but it is fantastic. And Dragon Ball Abridged really kept Dragon Ball with me for a while. It's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, so I wanted to do something in relation to like anime and everything, so I decided, you know what, let's make a little bit of a series after it. As of now, I think I'm going to be able to fit 7. I would like to do like a second shelf on top of it, but given that I've sketchily built round 1, we'll see how that works. But yeah, it'll just be my favorite 7 characters, and I'll go through a little bit of like who they are, what they are, and that whole thing as I go. But yeah, essentially, if you're not familiar, Vegeta is a Saiyan. He is introduced in the first season of Dragon Ball Z, long time ago, and he is essentially, in the beginning, the arch rival to Goku, and they're still arch rivals to this day in terms of like power levels. However, Goku always surpasses Vegeta. I'm one of the people that are very much on board that Vegeta is by far a better character than Goku. He puts in all the work, and he generally just doesn't have the plot armor to continuously bail him out. But, I mean, Goku's awesome. There's a Goku statue sitting up there right next to where he's about to go, so don't get me wrong, Goku's great, but Vegeta is just better. And I will die on that hill if need be. But yeah, so essentially, this is going to be his Super Saiyan form. It was a tough debate for me whether I wanted to do a Super Saiyan figure, Classic Vegeta, or Majin Vegeta, because obviously for very specific reasons, Majin Vegeta is an absolute beast. in terms of power and what he does in his fight against Majin Buu. It's really cool, and you know, it's autographed for a reason as well with the figure next to it. Dragon Ball Super, obviously, his Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form, I absolutely love him. That is a huge fan of that one. He is, I believe, sitting right at the bottom of my Dragon Ball display, right behind Cell, or a Perfect Cell, so we'll see as we go what all figures we ended up adding to this, but let's take a closer look at the manga novel, the statue, and the pop figure that I chose. Alright, first up we'll discuss the manga novel that I chose. Now, I won't lie to you, I've made a slight mistake here, because I wanted them to all be pretty much level with each other. I like having my displays very uniform, or just like really laid out perfectly, the way I wanted, everything matching. And this one's a little thick. It is a 3-in-1. So this is a newer version of it, which is chapters or volumes 19, 20, and 21. And of course, the significance of this is it's the cover appearance of Vegeta for the first time. But since this is a little bit of a different series, the main thing here is Goku versus Vegeta, which is obviously a huge anime fight, not just for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but overall in terms of anime. When you talk about like most influential fights or battles that have ever happened in anime, Goku versus Vegeta is very, very high on that list for a lot of people. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Very thick, and I think this was on sale for like 15 bucks usually, or this was on sale for like $10. Regular 15, so definitely not bad at all. But that is a pretty solid choice for in terms of Vegeta. Now, one manga chapter that I was debating getting was obviously when he becomes Majin Vegeta. Essentially, was he like a sorcerer, a Babidi? I'm not, a full disclosure, I hate the Majin Buu saga. It's terrible. I hate Majin Buu. He's so incredibly annoying. Kid Buu is fine, Evil Buu, whatever. I just didn't like that entire group of storylines. It just wasn't my thing. However, Majin Vegeta is very much a highlight of that. So there's a spoiler coming here, so close your ears if you've never seen Dragon Ball and want to. Essentially, he is corrupted, and like his evilness returns, and he battles Goku and actually defeats Goku for the most part, and essentially he ends up killing a lot of innocent people, and you know, in the end, to regret that, he gives a very, very, very great speech to Piccolo about how he's basically going to sacrifice himself to destroy Majin Buu and save the universe, and that he wants his kids one day to know that yes, he was a monster, but he died to protect them, to give them a better world, and that one day he hopes they'll know what he did for them. And it's fantastic. Like, this is a character that started out as an absolute monster of a villain in the very start, and he really progresses, and now we're to the point where, yes, he's not a pure hero. He's still very much has that bad side to him occasionally, but his character development is just top notch, and he's gone from a universal threat to an actual hero and defending Earth and other planets from worse characters. So he really came full stretch, and I firmly believe, as do a lot of people, that you could have ended Dragon Ball Z with him destroying himself to kill Majin Buu, and that could have been it. That would have been an amazing end to all of Dragon Ball Z, and you still could have brought him and Goku back like they did at the end anyways, just to bring back Super. So you could have done a lot with it, and yeah, sure, scale up the power a different way, but I know Vegeta, excuse me, I know Super Saiyan Vegeta and stuff was cool, whatever. I still think it could have ended with him, but, you know, we had to get Goku in there to fight. But essentially, this is autographed by the voice actor Chris Sabat, my absolute favorite man. He is awesome. He does tons and tons of work with anime, and not just Vegeta, many other characters, some of which will be on that shelf as well next to him. This is an over 9,000.com exclusive. This figure is still decent. I don't want to say decently rare. You're not going to get it like outside of like third-party sellers. This was a popular one to have autographed as well, so I'm not going to say this is the absolute rarest one in the world, but this means a lot to me. Just favorite anime character and autographed by my favorite voice actor, of course. Had it for a while now, and it's in my favorite color, which is orange, but yeah. So that is why I chose this pop figure very specifically. I do have a thought, which is, like, I would love to do the autographed pop figure for every one on that shelf, but I don't know how well that's going to happen for me. So right here, I decided to do this Banpresto figure. This was just kind of my favorite of the crew because it is just basic Vegeta Super Saiyan, and I mean, it looks awesome. I'm really happy with how this figure looks, and I wanted something a little bit just, I don't know, not plain, but like nothing too flashy. I didn't need like Gallic Gun right off the bat. I didn't need anything special. I just kind of wanted him as a Super Saiyan. It's a good middle point for him, and I was going to do Majin Vegeta, but I did kind of want to do like more of his good side, not just the evil side, but Banpresto makes great figures. My only complaint is I hate the little footrests. I hate them. I wish they could have just done something a little bit better for that, and he's still very much tipsy when you try and move him around, but it is what it is. This is the solid Edgeworks. You can find this on Amazon for like 20 bucks, about. I think he was on sale for 17 just with the holidays. And then, of course, you can also see on the side here, you can get the classic version or this version, which is the Super Saiyan one. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for these figures. Like I said, maybe down the road, I'll replace this manga novel with one of the originals just to make it uniform with the rest. But that is going to pretty much do it for this round. I know this is a pretty quick video, but I did want to just go out and say, you know what, let's start adding some anime to this, and to this office, to this channel, and I like it. I'm glad that Dragon Ball is kind of like the first representation of everything. In terms of characters going forward, I don't know who's next. I'm leaning Jiraiya, but I'm struggling to find a Jiraiya figure that I like statue-wise that isn't going to cost me like $200 to try and find, because, you know, 20 bucks is great. 200, not so much, but I did just get Jiraiya's, my favorite Jiraiya pop figure as well, aside from the Toad. But in terms of favorite characters, I mean, not to give too many spoilers, but of course Jiraiya, Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, and All Might, obviously, are the three that I say will be coming. There's one more from My Hero Academia that most likely would be up there. He does have temporarily a statue in place, very similar to this one. But yeah, so look forward to more projects for this coming soon. I had a lot of fun doing this video. It's just something different, and I like talking about like the history of everything. And I do want to do more like toy reviews and statues and pops and stuff like that in the future, just because I'm collecting all this stuff on the side, and it would be nice to be not just a Lego channel, but like somewhat of a toy channel as well, or action figures and statues and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much. Let me know who your favorite anime character is in the comment section below. Let me know of any specific Vegeta things that you think I would like out there, or any characters that you would like to see specialized going forward, and I'll see you next time. Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe out there.